Welcome back to Adventures with Rosie, and welcome to a lovely sunny day here at the Solway showgrounds in Masterton. I'll show you around the showgrounds soon where we're staying for the next few nights, but first we need to go into town and use our first laundromat while we've been on the road. These kids go through so many clothes. Time for a bit of laundry today. This is our first time using a liquid laundromat, which is a chain here in New Zealand. And basically you have a card, like a card you top up with credit, and they're all card operated, all the machines. Which is pretty cool, because then you don't have to waste time carrying loads of coins around or try and find change or whatever. So got a couple of little loads going on here. The half price as well if you use cold water, which is pretty cool. $2 a load. Can't beat that. So yeah, we're gonna do a bit of laundry. We're not in a big town at all in the next wee while, so last chance to do laundry probably for a week. Do a couple loads, find a playground I reckon. Look at the size of these washing machines. 28 kg washing machines and 22 kg dryers. Kind of good to know, because these laundromats are a chain all through New Zealand, so we can wash bedding and all sorts of things like that while we're on the road. A picnic in the park while we wait for our washing. There's a model train here as well you can do some laps on, which we might check out, eh? Yeah, Harvey's excited about that. And a cool playground here as well, so ticking all the boxes today. We were really impressed with those liquid laundromats. All up for 2 cold washes, and we put it all in the one dryer, was $7, so pretty good I reckon. There's a chain in them, like I said, all through New Zealand, so we'll definitely be going back to those in the future for sure. Alright, let's go check out the Solway showgrounds. I'll show you where we're staying, this old A&P showgrounds here. Man, this place is pretty impressive. This grandstand here is all made of timber, 70 meters long, and was built in 1911, would you believe it? Pretty insane. There's only a few sort of holes and soft bits of timber, but the rest is still standing. You can see behind me as well all the trees where you can park, so motorhomes can park all on this side of the grounds, wherever you like, under the trees. There's power, all sorts under there, so pretty nice spot. Pretty cool that you can just kind of wander around and like look at all these old historic buildings.
But people have to be careful because they will fall down this hole.
I'm kind of keen to come back here in June and see what a pigeon and poultry show is all about. Sounds interesting. One kind of cool thing about this campground is that there are toilets. There's actually like 3 different sets of toilets at each end of this campground, and showers. So really awesome showers, good pressure, nice and hot and spotless. Like they're kind of old buildings, old sort of shower, just concrete sort of showers, but they're really clean. And you just, to have a long shower or slightly longer than usual is such a luxury in the caravan, and to be able to move and not bang your elbows on the walls. So I'll take an old concrete shower any day over a limited shower in the caravan, and we save a bit of water as well, which just helps us out. So an interesting bit of history about this place, because it was built in 1911, in 1918 when influenza hit New Zealand here, this was actually used as like a camp for influenza, like a crisis center sort of thing. And then when the wars rolled around, the Second World War, they used this for training troops. So the A&P show didn't run the year of the wars, and basically the caretaker got sacked and the army moved in, and they used this as like a training area and staging area and that sort of thing. And then years later, after the war wrapped up, it was handed back to the locals, and then they carried on having A&P shows here, and caretaker was hired again, and away they went. So it's had a pretty interesting history, this place. Alright, moving day today. We're off just down the road, about half an hour down the road to Martinborough. So that's where that Patuna Chasm walk we're doing is. So the idea is we're going to go to Martinborough, stay somewhere close to the chasm, and then my parents are going to look after the kids tomorrow while we go and do the chasm. So pretty exciting. We will catch up with you in half an hour.
Hey guys, we are here in Morrison's bush just outside of Martinborough. We are going to stay here for one night. It was a good drive. There was a bit of a steep gravel road at one point, which might be a bit hairy getting Rosie out tomorrow, but we'll see how we get on. We are about to go check out the river and take the kids for a splash. Yeah,
it was quite funny. I read through the comments in the NZMCA travel app we use. You can see like where campsites are and then look at comments and that sort of thing. And no one mentions the gravel road, and the listing of the app doesn't mention the gravel road. And then you hit about 3 or 4 kilometers of gravel road, steep gravel driveway. This is obviously Australian made, this caravan, but this is the journey range, not the outback range. So it's not really made for like those kind of roads that have the kind of judder to them. You know, when gravel roads kind of end up with a whole lot of bumps, these things probably just shake apart. But it survived, no dust inside, and we just took it slow. But yeah, pretty beautiful spot in amongst all this native bush here, right by the river, like Chelsea said. Like sheep just wandering around behind me, which is really classic New Zealand, right? And it's $5 per person per night to stay here, but yeah, pretty cool so far. How incredible is this place? So there's camping all up under the trees here. Stay wherever you like. There's no facilities here, no power, water, toilets or anything like that, but I mean, look at that big river there. There's people floating down. There's some sort of swimming hole over there that everyone's in, kayaks. Really amazing place. I wish we had more than one night here. And we're not even here tomorrow. We're off to do that Patuna Chasm, which I'm super excited about, but this is the sort of place in the future we want to spend like a week at, right? Or 5 days at. Kind of slow things down a bit, hang out with the kids. There is reception out here, like full cell service on our router, which I was quite surprised about, but hey, perfect. Some clever person here has made a little paddling pool fenced off bit out of rocks, which is great for the kids. Pop them in the kids. It looks pretty shallow, this river. I've seen people walking out sort of like halfway, but obviously camping anywhere near water, you know, you always got to think about it with young kids, but I don't think they'd run down over these rocks to get close to the water. It's a bit of a hike from the caravan too. Alright, well my parents have arrived for babysitting duties. They're going to hang out here for the morning, and we're going to jump in the car. And my brother and sister are here, and my brother's girlfriend, and we're going to head to Patuna Chasm. We'll see you there. How cool is this? This is a limestone rock they call the Wave that's carved out of the side of the hill. Pretty neat. How incredible is this place? You wouldn't have ever imagined it was here, just in the middle of this farmland. You kind of come down and then backtrack up to a waterfall, carry on down here. Apparently there's a bit you can swim through if you really want. So yeah, pretty cool. You basically get dropped off and then he says see you in 3 hours, here's the map. So kind of a cool way to do it, like explore, climb around on whatever you like, and like the guy doesn't mind. So yeah, we've got 2 hours to get back that way and get picked up. It's a bit of a long walk back if we miss the old shuttle, so we better hustle.
Well, the camera nearly went for a swim, and Bronson.
Yes.
We didn't read the instruction sheet and tried to come through the rock there, which just drops off. It's very deep.
And I slipped down and the camera bag went in the water, but the camera was dry. Turns out there's a ladder right there that you're supposed to take, but we didn't read the instructions, did we? So we tried to come down here and you can't see the bottom, so I think we dodged a bullet. Just about flooded the camera.
Yeah.
I've been trying to justify to myself buying the new GoPro, and this is one of those situations that would be perfect for the new GoPro, right? If I'd slipped in, it wouldn't have mattered. Probably would have got even cooler shot as it went underwater. I think it's going to be on the Christmas list this year for sure. Sometime throughout the year, get a new GoPro, and then yeah, get better driving shots and stuff, and get, you know, better shots with the stability and things. So yeah, on the wish list for sure now. Alright, Patuna Chasm done and dusted. What did you reckon?
I thought it was so cool. One of my top things to do in New Zealand, I reckon. If you haven't done it yet, do it.
Yeah, it was pretty incredible, eh?
Yeah.
Kind of more rough than I thought it would be, like in terms of like, you just jump on the back of a trailer, right? Take a bumpy as road out there, and then the guy's like, here's some notes, see you later. And you're
Pick
like,
you up in 3 hours.
yeah. And he's like, come, yeah, meet you back here. And he's like, oh, watch out for the stinging nettle, the cliffs, the you know, the beehives. Oh, okay. But it's kind of cool because you could go at your own pace, eh?
Yeah.
And kind of, yeah, just take your time, stop, wait for people to go past so you could like get photos and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It was about 4 kilometres in total. But it took us 3 hours because there were so many beautiful spots. We stopped, we had lunch, we picnicked down there, taking lots of photos and swimming as well.
Yeah, you probably would have noticed from the video that the first part was walking across all the farmland, which was pretty beautiful. But kind of up and down, we didn't quite realise it was going to be lots of walking up and down hills and stuff, and then you just basically follow that chasm for, it must be a few kilometres down, and it's just like that for kilometre after kilometre, and we didn't even go as far as you can go.
No, there was further that you could go and then come back to the meeting point, but we just ran out of time.
Yeah.
We were definitely going slow, but really enjoying what we were walking through. So there were so many different things you could see. There was waterfalls, there was caves, there was awesome swimming spots, there were eels, all sorts.
Yeah, pretty amazing. If you're ever in this area, it's well worth the trip out here. It is kind of about 7 or 8 kilometres down a dirt road, but it's well worth the sort of, it's in the middle of nowhere. We've got no cell service right now, but it's cool. It's just like you'd never know it was there until you went there. And it's just like a small family run business. It seems to be a husband and wife, chucks you on the trailer. He does 5 trips a day or something. Of people.
4 or 5. He didn't want to do more than that because it can start to destroy the environment rather than showing it to people. So they are sort of limiting it, but yeah, they're doing a great job at it, and the property is amazing. It's so cool out here.
And only like 20 people max in a group, and it costs $30, so $30 to go out there, eh?
Yeah,
per person.
Yeah,
which is pretty good for a sort of 4 or 5 hour experience. We're actually staying on site, right next door to on the Patuna farm actually. Patuna Farm Adventures, this place is called. There's a place called the Red Barn.
Red Hut.
It's an old shearers, sheep shearers accommodation that they've done up here, quite rustic. We've got the caravan on the grass and all the families staying in the hut right next door, so we're kind of off grid, out of service for a few days. So we're just going to enjoy ourselves, put our feet up and
have some good family time.
Yeah, have some family time. This is the last time we'll see my side of the family for...
Oh, we'll see them in Wellington for a bit.
Oh, true. Okay. Oh, scrap that. I'll show you around the Red Hut. Houses for a bathroom. Classic freestanding bath, and behind me the shower. No curtain. You just stand on a concrete slab and all the water runs down the floor into a drain. Pretty classic New Zealand, this sort of place. Full of holes, probably full of spiders, but pretty cool. Well, sadly I don't really know a lot about the history of this place, and I can't find any information inside, and we've got no cell service, so I can't sort of share the history of the shed with you, other than it's old. It's got a bit of a lean to it, the piles are going a bit, but pretty cool. Probably time you guys met my family. You may have met my mum and dad in a previous video where I did a tour of their tiny home, which I'll link up here if you're interested. They've got a cute little tiny home in Taupo. But yeah, let's go meet them. My mum and dad.
Hi.
My sister and her son Lucas.
Kia ora.
And my brother Ruben and his girlfriend Hannah.
Hello.
So the red shed comes with free use of this grass tennis court, which is pretty cool. Never played tennis on a grass. I never really played tennis, but on a grass court before, but pretty fun.
Whoa.